clap in there. Nice crisp clap.
Oh, do I need to clap too? Mine probably picked up yours, but I'll do it. Nope, that was awful.
Too bad, Sam.
There we go. That was a little bit better.
Cool. Good to go.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey everyone, welcome to episode 10 and what I'm considering the season finale of season 1 of Justin T. And we have another new setup.
Yes.
The last time I said that we're gonna have a new setup every single
You did.
every single time we have a new episode. But I think this will be the one that we kind of have like a variation on as time goes on.
Yeah.
So we can actually sit in like our own chairs.
Yeah.
And have the microphones and things of that nature. So I think that's cool. So anyway, I'm G. And welcome to the podcast.
I'm Alyssa. Hi.
And yeah, I have no energy right now. It feels like.
No.
We downed that bottle of Fireball.
Yeah, that was 2 days ago.
It was 2 days. No, it's not. I'm just trying to recount why my energy's.
Oh, okay.
Also, I was up till like 6 in the morning.
You were, yeah. I mean, I was up until like 4. Got like 6 hours of sleep.
Playing Assassin's Creed.
I just get so sucked into those games, and it's like just one more thing. I'll just do one more thing, and then I'll go to bed. But then they give you another thing to do, and it's like, well, this won't take very long. Let me just go do this real quick.
Right.
But it's so much fun.
Yeah, you like that one though, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because I know some people were like here or there with like the way the game was in general.
It's a mix of like Witcher and like crap. What was the game? It's the Lord of the Rings game, Shadow
Mordor.
Yeah, like with the whole hierarchy thing of mercenaries that they're doing in Assassin's Creed.
It was the they haven't used that system really since Assassin's Creed. Like I think they like evolved on it a bit, but it's the Nemesis system.
Okay, yeah,
that's what it's called.
Yeah, so like that's, and it's just like Witcher in like fighting kind of, and like riding the horse around just feels very Witcher-esque to me.
That game, especially Witcher 3, had like a big influence on like everything.
Oh yeah, so, I mean, it's great fucking game.
They were working on, at the time of Witcher 3, they would have been working on Origins, right? Yeah, that's the one that was in Egypt.
Maybe.
That was one previously. Witcher 2 came out when? 2016? 2017?
I don't know.
No, it wasn't that late. It wasn't that late, was it?
I don't know. 2016 sounds about right.
2016 is what I think it was.
But let me look it up. Witcher 3. 2015.
2015.
Original release date, May 2015.
That was way before I thought. No, that's right.
So I mean, it was out for a while.
It was out for a bit. Yeah. At that point, they would have probably been working on Origins, and then they definitely got influenced.
Yeah, they were probably getting started on working on Origins.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, so as we do on this podcast, we talk shit on things. We don't talk shit. We discuss things here. We kind of talk shit.
We talk a little shit sometimes.
I guess kind of to go into it because it is season finale here. The purpose of the show is, I was telling Max this yesterday, is kind of like friends at a cafe, kind of just talking.
Yeah.
So it makes sense we talk shit.
Yeah.
Have some
Everyone's gonna talk a little shit sometimes.
Everyone will.
Yeah.
You had a story though that you began before the recording about machetes at Frozen 2.
Yes. So, actually reading the article, because all I saw, I think it was like on Tumblr or something that I saw that there were machetes at Frozen 2. So the title of the article is "Families Left Shocked After Frozen 2 Screening Ends in a Machete Brawl."
What is that?
So, up to 100 people were reportedly involved in a major disorder at a Birmingham, England movie theater where many families were viewing Frozen 2 late Sunday afternoon. So it was actually people coming out of a different movie called Blue Story, which is a gang-themed film about two friends who turn against each other. So, like, that makes sense, but it's like, apparently, just people had knives and machetes.
At that movie?
Movie.
Where was this?
Birmingham, England.
Oh, in England?
It was in England, so...
Okay, this all makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little different. So, yeah, so it was... There was a lot, so, no members of the public were harmed, though a number of the department's officers were assaulted. 6 teenagers, with one as young as 13 and the oldest 19, have been arrested.
What? So these are all, like, younger?
They were kids.
Okay.
Teenagers.
Okay, see, I was imagining...
And there was a 13-year-old girl with a machete.
She's gonna grow up to be a politician. I was imagining that this was, like, a bunch of older dads or something who, like, had some sort of conflict.
So, officers were able to disperse this crowd, which at its peak had risen to about 100. This took maybe 2 hours, and at times there were some quite heated exchanges, meaning the officers got assaulted.
But yeah, of course. Like, what?
25 significant incidents were reported and escalated to a senior management in 16 separate cinemas during the 24 hours the film was out. So, the Blue Story, not Frozen 2, but like, yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't for Frozen.
No, it was just families coming out of Frozen 2 came out to a machete brawl.
I am kind of into the idea.
Families with their little kids.
Yeah,
their little toddlers.
Yeah, well, after riding their Frozen 2 high.
Yeah.
They come out and dudes are being like drop kicked and slashed.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I kind of
getting
like
stabbed.
You're getting straight up stabbed, you know. Dude.
Or I don't know if anyone really got like stabbed. Like there weren't. It doesn't seem like there were that many injuries.
Mm-hmm.
But like 100 people at one point were involved in this brawl.
I feel really bad for the families.
Yeah.
Part of me really feel bad for families. It's like, it's a good day out, or a good night out. Bring the kids. Frozen 2. A lot of people have been waiting for this movie.
Yeah.
Even adults have been waiting for that movie.
I've been waiting for it. I really want to go see it.
Yeah.
We just talked about that the other day. Like, I really want to go see it.
Yeah. And the other side of me is like, I would love to walk out of a movie theater and see that level of chaos.
I would hate that. That would be the worst experience. I already hate going out in public. Like,
that's true.
Coming out of a movie, like, I'm already disoriented coming out of a movie theater because it's so dark. And then, like, if it's during the day, it's just so bright. Mm. And then just people with knives and machetes? That's fucked up.
It's fucked up. I'm kind of into the idea of that.
No.
There's a level of chaos there that appeases
you me. Like chaos way too much. I wish you watched Critical Role.
Yeah.
Because they have, like, especially the 3 girls, they're called the Chaos Crew. They call themselves the Chaos Crew right now because they just create chaos everywhere they go.
Amazing.
It is.
Amazing. Maybe, I say that I'd like that now, but high chance I'd be super upset that it's happening.
Yeah.
Especially say if I did go to see Frozen 2 with you.
Yeah.
And then that was like a case again for some fucking reason that there were a bunch of people outside of the Alamo Draft House with machetes and stuff, going at a bunch of hipsters fighting hipsters or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I would be upset that that's the case because their families here.
Yeah, it would be messed up, especially like outside of like an Alamo or like anywhere like that. I'd expect it at like. Don't mean to shit on, but like AMC or some shit like that.
AMC. That is exactly what I expect to walk out of an AMC all the time.
Especially the ones in Pittsburgh, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, there were some fucking AMCs in Pittsburgh.
There were some shady ass AMCs in Pittsburgh that I went to frequently because they were cheaper.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Shit. Damn. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Everything's getting crazy.
It is.
Everything's getting pretty wild.
Especially here. I feel like every day. I was telling you this the other day. Every day like just police sirens constantly. And I
Consistent.
know we live next to a highway, but like
It's the part of
for hours.
For hours, yeah. It was nonstop the other night. Like right after you went to work, non-fucking stop.
Like last night?
Yeah, well, last night, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, last night after you left, it was like probably an hour, while setting all this stuff up for the podcast, probably an hour and a half of just fucking sirens. Just around. I mean, and also for you to let me know the cop thing.
Yeah, and then I come home, like, probably just before 11, and there's 2 cop cars sitting in, like, the circle that we have, like, in our whatever.
It's like that weird
complex.
Kind of,
it's
like a cul-de-sac.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a cul-de-sac, but there is like a road further. It's stupid. But like, and then seeing a police officer like with this flashlight, like flashing his light, trying to like look for someone. Yeah. And like, I had a coworker drop me off, so I'm like, oh, this is great. This is some super shady shit going on. Sorry you have to see that I live in such a shitty place.
It's bad.
It's really bad.
It's bad. It's your coworker drops you off. You're like, thanks for the ride, and you like clock her clock.
Well, she was like, be safe, and I was like, it's cool. If I yell, they'll come.
True. That's true.
Because it is super dark around here at night. There's no lights anywhere.
I have. That's part of the ranting I want to do. Actually.
Yeah.
It is unfortunately dangerous around this complex. Whenever I walk back to our front door at night, so our front door is kind of like tucked in. Like there's a stairwell that leads to 2 complexes above us, and then it's like a little bit of an alleyway almost.
Yeah.
A very short alleyway, but there's no light. Our what's supposed to be a porch light doesn't work. What's supposed to be a porch light?
There's 2 lights that don't work.
Yeah, we have a light on our patio and a light by the front door in the dark ass pit.
No, there's 2 lights in the alleyway.
In the alleyway, yeah, you're right.
There's one like above, for like the upper part of it, and then there's one on the wall. Neither of them work. Neither of them. There's a light switch. Don't know what it does because it doesn't turn on the light.
Yeah, we have 2 light switches. We have this one right over here by the patio that doesn't turn on. Mm-hmm. This one that I'm guessing was supposed to be for the living room light that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know how the other one outside would fucking turn on.
I feel like it's supposed to turn on when it gets dark out.
Right, automatically, right.
It's because I've seen like no lights in our little area work, but like down the other end, there are lights down there that turn on, and they turn on like motion sensor lights.
Right. They do. You're right. You are right. Those do. There is only, out of the stretch of apartments that we have here, there is only one unit on this side that has the lights actually work on the stairs.
Yeah.
And on top of the stairs. So there's like 6 of them here or something? 5?
Yeah.
6? 5 or 6?
5. Yeah.
Something like that. But there's only one that works.
Yeah. And it's
pitch black over here.
Pitch black. I usually turn on my flashlight on my phone, but I also like try not to. I only do that when we get into our little alleyway thing.
I'd rather no one see.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to like see me walking, so I'm like, I'm not gonna do this. And now I'll do it because I also need it to be able to unlock our door.
Yeah, it feels. If I'm being honest with you, I feel way less. Like it doesn't feel like there's a personal threat towards me, but I feel like the possibility of that happening has gone up since living here. The amount of people who just randomly walk up to us and they're like, "Oh, I see you around." I'm like, "No, you fucking don't. Don't fucking tell me that."
Yeah.
You don't see me anywhere.
Don't tell me that like you know where I work or like ask where I work just based on like the color of my shirt.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want you to know where I work. I don't want you to tell me that you know like my comings and goings of like where when I'm going and no.
Who the fuck does that? Who the fuck does that?
Why are you telling me? Oh, I've seen you here all the time. I've watched you get mail. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one lady asked me, "Oh, do you have a pet?" Right? I was like, "How do you know that?"
That's the thing.
I have a cat that doesn't leave.
RJ doesn't leave. He doesn't hop in windowsills.
No.
The only time, and this is what this fucking freaks me out, dudes. The only time that RJ could be anywhere in the window is when he's underneath these curtains or these blinds here for the patio. The
so like you could maybe see them moving, but like
the thing is that could be anything. That could be a fucking ghost.
Yeah, that could be a breeze. I've seen so many people's like just they have like a fan going and it's making them move.
And that means that goes to show me that at some point while the light has been on in here, she has looked in here and seen RJ pitter-pattering around.
The only other way is when I had to leave when they redid our tub.
That's true.
Is if she saw me take him out in the carrier.
Dude, that was a hot minute ago.
That was a while ago.
That was a while ago. So if she remembers that, that means that she's...
That or moving in are the only two times that you would have known that I have a pet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like...
I don't like that.
I don't either.
Do you remember the night... I don't know if I even mentioned it on the podcast. Do you remember the night whenever the woman knocked on the door?
Yeah.
And she was, like, asking for money?
Mm-hmm.
And she, like, straight up, like, tried to look in the apartment.
Yep. Yeah, you told me, like... I feel like she was kind of trying to come in-ish, you were saying?
She was trying to come in, so I just posted up between the door.
Yeah.
Like, I had the door, like, tightly against myself as well as the
door
frame.
It seemed like she was, like, surveilling almost, like...
Yeah.
I don't like that shit.
Yeah, but I heard her knocking on other doors for a minute, for a good while. Like, I heard her down there and up here. I heard her, like, over there and stuff. And I recognized her voice talking. But then when she knocked on this door, I was like, no. I was like, who the fuck is this? I don't know why I didn't put two and two together.
Yeah.
But it was... For her to say, like, oh, I see you and your roommate sometimes.
Yeah.
Walk around, like, walking
And it was almost 10 o'clock.
It was
when she had... yeah.
It was really late.
It was late, and she was not... Don't knock on doors that late.
Don't knock on doors.
You don't know if people have kids that are, like, trying to sleep, or, like, if someone else is just trying to sleep because they have work early in the morning.
Exactly. It's like, I understand wanting to have people... Like, wanting to have that kind of neighborly situation there. You need help as a human being, I get that. But don't do that. Don't fucking knock on doors in the entire apartment complex. That's the thing, is...
Asking for money.
Asking for money. This place doesn't have several gates of security to get in here, like other apartment complexes.
They have one gate, but there's also, like, that's not the actual entrance, and that gate is always locked, apparently.
It is. Also, the thing about that gate, too, Alyssa, go down the block, and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about that gate.
Yeah.
It's like, you walk down the block, and it's like, oh, here's a wide open entrance.
Yep.
And, and every time I think about it, I'm like, that defeats the fucking purpose. Why is this gate here, then?
Yeah. What is the point of that?
Exactly. It doesn't work. It's an electronic gate, by the way, guys. Like, one that people have to buzz in and out of for their vehicles. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So they can't use it. And then you can just walk down the fucking block, and there's no gate.
Yeah.
Like, there's at least a quarter of a block worth of space there. Just a gap open there.
I mean, it's not even a full block, and you can turn and enter the whole complex. Like, it's ridiculous.
It's insane. I don't trust it at all. The other day, walking in here, there were, like, I think I told you a bunch of kids. It was like nighttime. There were a bunch of kids who, like, walked in, and I don't even know they're from this complex. I haven't seen them.
Probably not.
And they were looking in cars.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
The dirt patch.
They were being shady.
They were being real shady. They were all, walking around wearing hoodies. It was like 6 kids. And like 2 of them just kept like looking in cars distinctly. That's
one of the things I hate about like when it gets dark super early is because people can be shitty way earlier.
Way earlier.
Because it was dark by it was dark before 6 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah.
It was like 5:30 and it was already pitch black.
Yeah. The other day at work, we were all like, what the fuck? It was like 4:45 and it looked like it was like 7:30 outside.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, what the fuck is happening, dude? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because they're doing the light show at the Domain now, where it's right across from my work, because they have the tree set up, and then every hour they do music with the lights going off and all that.
Right.
All that stuff. So but it was. The tree wasn't even turned on, and it was pitch black outside.
Yeah, because it's probably on a timer.
Yeah, but it didn't turn on until 6:30. It's been completely dark for an hour.
It's been nighttime for almost a day.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
Yeah, it's dangerous, and I think people are just unprepared for that. But then again, this city has grown at such an exponential rate that our neighborhood is significantly different than the neighborhood that is probably a 20-minute walk from here, or 12-minute walk from here.
Yeah.
It's like, and the thing is like the majority of this neighborhood isn't even ghetto or bad.
No.
In general, or it's just these complexes have a lot of people who just only focus their living on the complexes.
Yeah.
And I think that's what causes a lot of that.
Well, and, like, I feel like there are people, because, like, when I was trying to walk to the office earlier, just two guys hanging out by their truck.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's like, I don't even think they live here.
Oh, no, yeah. A lot of times, I overheard a conversation recently on my walk, on the bus ride home, because some people who live here take the bus, that there are people who hang out here who don't live here, that are friends of people who live here, but they still just come here.
They don't hang out with their friends, though. They're not...
That's the thing. They don't hang out with their friends. They bring, like, their fucking friends
Yeah.
here, and they'll just drink and hang out here because they can be in here.
Like, the first night I brought my first friend that I've made over here.
Right.
And I'm driving, because I still had a car at that point, and she's, like, driving behind me. And as soon as I, like, start coming around the corner, I see a beer can being thrown at the dumpster.
Yep.
And then I come around the corner, and there's a dude standing behind his truck in a spot that is not a parking spot. It's the fire lane spot.
No one
I hate when people park there.
No one respects the fire lanes.
And he's standing behind his truck, and he's just peeing.
Yeah. Sounds
Just,
right.
just taking a piss. I'm like,
right.
seriously?
Yeah.
I was like, the one time I've actually made a friend and brought her over here, you have to pull this shit. As soon as it gets dark out here,
Yep.
it gets shady as fuck.
When it gets dark out here, it gets dank.
Yeah.
It gets bad out here, dude.
Like, I feel like during the day, it's all right, because it's not as bad if you're, like, hanging out
Yeah.
outside during the day,
Most
but
of those people
then...
are at work during the day
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
But I mean, like, the weekend. People are hanging out because
That's
it's
true.
the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're hanging out by your truck, you're drinking.
Mm-hmm.
All the rest of the guys were in the truck. There were like 4 guys in the truck.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's bad. Yeah, no.
And I was like, here, there's one spot right near the door. You're gonna park there.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna park a little further away. I'm gonna meet you at your car, and we're gonna walk inside. And then I'm gonna walk you back to your car when you're leaving.
It is mortifying almost that's the way you have to introduce
Yeah.
your friends to the
Yeah.
place you live.
I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry that I live in such a shady ass place.
Yeah. And that's the thing is I think I would feel not differently. I think I'd feel a bit like things would be a little more confirmed for me if this place was just fucking bad.
Yeah.
Like if the other shoe dropped and this place from the beginning and this place was just fucking bad. You
Yeah.
know? But it always feels like there's a looming thing about to happen here consistently.
But it's been getting progressively worse.
It has been. I don't know if it's just like newer people moving in here or what have you. I saw a couple of U-Hauls over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people are like moving into the complex now or whatnot, but it's getting bad. It's getting worse. The other, I think I told you, if you remember the other morning when someone knocked on the door. Like I told you that?
Yeah.
It was like.
It was like a weekend morning,
it was like a weekend in the morning. It was fucking early. It was like 7:30 in the morning, and someone knocked on the door, and I didn't respond obviously because I'm like, I'm not fucking going to that.
No.
And like, I don't know anyone here. Like, and if it was you, you would have just texted me.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't answer the door.
Yeah, there's no reason to answer the fucking
Except the one time I did, and it was a lady trying to sell churros who, like, she didn't speak any English, and I was like, nah, but thanks.
Right.
And, like, I had already seen her because I went to go check the mail right before then,
Right.
and I was like, she also does not live here. She's just walking around with churros that she's selling.
That's true. That's true. Much like the ice cream guy.
Yeah, the ice cream
He
guy.
doesn't live here.
Nope. But, I mean, he rides his bike down to here.
Yeah, and then through here.
Yeah, and he stays here for
Yeah.
fucking ever.
Forever, dude.
With that fucking song. God,
Yeah.
it's so annoying.
This place is a fucking wild place. This place is wild.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But yeah, but that morning,
Yeah, someone knocked on the door, and then I just heard they knocked on it twice, and then they walk off. And I thought first time I was half asleep, so I thought I was, when you're breaking out of a dream and you hear like the remaining the sounds,
yeah,
like kind of reverberating from your head maybe, as you're waking up, and then second time I'm already awake and I hear him knock again, and at that point RJ is like standing there.
Yeah, like
and
what the fuck is this?
Exactly, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna answer this door at all. I'll wait for them to just go away. Try not to make any noise so they don't think anyone's home. But that's the point. That's the part of it where I think I told you this. I want to get you hear my fan in my computer, dude? I'm gonna have to
It changed noises and it went bad.
Yeah, it sounds bad. I don't know if the mic is gonna pick that up, and probably after I edit, they won't be able to hear
Yeah.
it. It's bad. It sounds bad. I have to fucking rebuild this computer.
Yeah.
But I don't. I do want to get a security camera.
Yeah. Yeah, you were saying that.
We're gonna be here again. We're gonna be here for a couple more months.
4 or 5 more months.
Yeah, 4 more, and that's a decent amount of time.
Yeah, it is.
Decent amount of time. So I want to get a security camera, just because I don't trust the shit here.
Yeah.
At all. It's not great.
Yeah.
If I can get 2, I'll get 2. 1 for the door, 1 for the patio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that camera, you're just gonna see everyone and their mother leaning against the balcony, or not balcony, but the I don't know what the fuck it's called,
it's
but
patio wall.
the wall, yeah.
Yeah.
The little fence that they have around our tiny patio.
It's like an all wood like barrier.
Yeah.
Almost. People lean on it. Like it's not their part. Go to your fucking house and do that. But
People sit on the air conditioner that's right outside my window and talk on their fucking phone.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I don't. This isn't your fucking apartment.
Yeah.
You know someone that. Unfortunately, everyone knows someone lives here.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's also by nature of which part of this apartment complex we live in.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are in a bad spot.
We're in a real bad spot.
This is not I love.
It was decent for moving in, and it'll be decent for moving out, but it is a bad spot.
I would take the stress of going up a flight of stairs.
Or even just like going further down.
Going further down,
Yeah.
to not have people know where I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not about people telling me, oh, I see you go to work at this time and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I see you wear a red shirt for work. Where do you work? Do you work at this place? No? Go away. Also, I don't work there anymore.
Also, I don't know you?
Yeah. Do I know you? No.
Exactly.
Also, only talking to me because I'm white?
Yeah.
Well, she literally said that.
She did.
She literally said, oh, there's a white girl moving in across from us.
Yeah.
I need to meet her.
Yeah, because she's also white, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how many people. See, this is like I'm joining into the weird hive mind of this place. In the morning, she has her patio.
She has her curtains open and her blinds open. I've seen that a lot more recently.
Yeah.
Like whenever I'm leaving, I happen to glance over because can't not, because walking through you just see right there.
Right.
But yeah, like it's been open all the time recently, and I don't like it because it makes me feel like she's still watching me, and I'm not cool with that.
If I'm being completely honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case.
Yeah.
If like you guys interacted now and like
I'm never talking to her again.
Good.
If I can help it. Like
That's a good way
I don't want to talk to anyone that lives here.
Yeah, neither do I.
I want no connection to this place after we leave.
I don't trust anyone.
Yeah.
Here. I don't feel unsafe here, but I don't feel safe here.
Yeah, there have been times where I have not felt safe.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
Yeah. I liked it when as much as I hate the cold, I liked it when it was colder out, and it was almost freezing, and no one was around. Hopefully,
we'll get that soon again, but I know it's going up next week.
It's gonna be summer weather for the next 3-4 days.
Yeah.
So people are gonna be around here doing their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great. It's fucking December, man. It shouldn't be in the 80s.
Yes, it should. It
shouldn't.
Alyssa,
it's December.
You realize we're really close to the equator of the Earth, right? It's gonna be hot no matter what fucking time of the year.
I am from the East Coast. I am from the North in the East Coast.
Yeah, I know. I was born there.
It's cold.
Yes, it's cold there, but also that's up north.
I know.
It is going to be 80 degrees in Texas in December.
I've been happier, like, because I've been actually seeing, like, the leaves.
Change.
Well, I haven't, there's no change, it's just brown, and they're down on the ground. Like there's no gradual change. They just die.
The ones in South Austin, around where I work, they changed.
Okay.
Overcolor. They changed over time to different colors, and then they started falling. Yeah, I think it depends on the tree.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the ones up here are just like shrivel, done.
Yeah.
And they're done. They're pretty much. Yeah, they're pretty. Oh fuck. It is different.
Yeah.
I like it being December and I can wear shorts. I personally like that.
I don't like it. Fall weather is when my clothing like thrives. I have sweaters.
Mm-hmm.
I like wearing sweatshirts. That's just my comfortable state of being.
Right.
And just when I can't wear long sleeves, I don't like it.
What do you mean? You were here for how many months? Then again, you'll have your chance. It's gonna get cold again.
Yeah.
Also, you're going home. Towards the
Yeah.
end of the month,
Yeah, but I mean, it's only gonna be for a couple days.
That's true, but still, at least you'll be able to get a nice splash of. Because my mom told me today on the phone that it's probably gonna be snowing.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
At least in New York City, it's gonna be snowing. So
Yeah.
I figure in Pennsylvania it'd be doing the same probably.
I mean, yeah, it'll be something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's super interesting. That's the case. What's up? You look perplexed.
Just yeah, still work stuff that's confusing me. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's cool. It's been an adventure here so far. You know, like when they say like the phrase "life comes at you fast." It's only just been doing that.
I mean, the past month for me has just been a wild ride.
Yeah.
And not in the best way.
Speaking of wild rides, Alyssa has a story.
I do. About
your car.
Yeah. My poor old car that is now dead.
Yeah.
I was on my way home from work last week. It was about a week ago now, a little over a week, and just driving along, being a good driver, and some motherfucker. I shouldn't use those words, but some guy was coming off the highway, and he wanted to get into my lane, or maybe the lane next to me, on the other side of me. I'm not sure what he was doing, but he hit me. And my car is done, because it's a 22-year-old car, and not worth fixing after all the damage that was done to it. Airbags went off and everything. Luckily, no one got hurt.
Yeah.
Worst thing that happened was like bruises, and I was pretty sore for the couple days afterwards. But it's really weird not having a car. I've had a car since I was 16. I've had a car for 11 years. First time not having one, and like not having anyone else that is able to drive me, because like if I didn't have a car, my sister could give me a ride, or my parents, or whatever, or I had family right up the street that could give me a ride. But like I don't have any way to get anywhere besides walking, which there's nowhere great to really walk to that's close by. Closest thing is a mile away. Like for like good groceries, and rather than
that area was great. A mile away.
And or Lyft and Uber, which are super expensive to get to where I need to go.
Dude, yeah, and that adds up.
Yeah, it's been adding up real fucking quick.
I mean, again, I'm happy that you're okay.
Yeah.
Like, first and foremost, I'm glad that you're alright. Because when you texted that to me, I was like, oh, fuck.
Yep.
Oh, fuck. You sent me the photo of your car. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I hope she's not texting me from a gurney right now. What is happening?
No, yeah, and like, if I hadn't have like hit the brakes at all, it would have been way worse. But luckily I did slow down. I was able to slow down a little bit, so we just hit like the very front of my car. But it was enough to knock my car just completely out of whack, and just went all the way through another lane of traffic and then up into the grass. And I mean, it was rough, because like that's the first accident I've been in with me driving. Only like the second accident I've been in. And like the accident I was in before like wasn't great, but we were only going like 20 miles an hour because we were on our way to school. And yeah, actually, we probably weren't even going that fast because we had just turned a corner.
Gotcha.
After a red light. So, like, it was nothing compared to, like, I was going 45 miles an hour. Don't know how fast he was going.
I mean, he was going faster.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, it was rough. And airbags going off, too. Like, airbags did not go off in that other accident that I was in because it was not fast enough.
Right.
But, yeah.
And luckily, the airbag on your steering wheel worked.
Yeah.
You had that,
it was weak, but yeah.
Forever.
That light's been on for 20 years.
Yeah,
like
that is the gamble.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's... I mean, and luckily it was just like a faulty light, so it went off, and like luckily no one else was in the car with me, no one else was in the car with him, didn't hit anyone else.
Ideal scenario for that.
Yeah.
You know, and it... So, I mean, I'm glad that it happened that way, considering the amount of people who are always moving around in this town.
Yeah, especially in that area. It's usually pretty crazy in that area. And I've witnessed almost accidents like 100 times right there. Like almost every time I'm driving through there. And I maybe should have been more cautious, but I also shouldn't have to be that cautious.
Right.
Because of other drivers being stupid.
Seems to be picking up here.
It is.
And maybe it's because we are at month 5 of living here, and we're at that point where we are definitely a little more absorbed into the regular flow of the city.
I think part of it was especially that stretch of road. I do that every day driving home.
Right.
Like that is, no matter which location I'm working at, I'm still taking that way home.
Right.
So I got used to that road. I got too used to it that I wasn't as like...
Right.
I'm always very tense driving in a new area. So I was relaxed because I've done this 100 times already.
Right.
So I know what I'm doing. I didn't even have navigation on anymore because I don't need it. But yeah, it was...
I can't blame you for that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's... Ideally, that's the way you want it to be, is you understand the road and stuff like that. I think... In Austin in particular, the difficulty is the variables change here because there's so many different people going different ways at all times. And
it had rained earlier that day, and people obviously don't know how to drive. Like, it wasn't raining anymore, it was clear. Shortly after, it, like, started drizzling a little bit, but, like, yeah, it was fine. The roads were fine, but just someone not paying attention or deciding... I can make it when no, you can't.
That's
the speed limit is 45 miles an hour. Exactly. That is what I'm doing. You're coming off the highway, which is faster, but no.
He's not diving under or closed.
No, especially when his lane opens up to 2 lanes, and like there's already 2 lanes coming from like where I'm coming from.
Right.
Like you didn't need to get over right away. You could have waited just a little bit.
That's on him.
And then he's not insured, so...
Which, again, I think is a very common thing.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of my coworkers, when I mentioned this happening to you, they said that... And I told them that he was uninsured. They said, like, that seems to be the thing that happens a lot. It's people who are uninsured, or it's a lot of vehicles that are leased.
Yeah.
Or it's a lot of people who are just completely new to town.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and he said he's from Pflugerville, so, I mean, he's not that far. Yeah. Pflugerville's not very far from where we are and where the accident was. Like, it's not even an hour away at this point. Yeah, so it's, I don't know.
It's a lot to... And I guess, in a way, that's, like, the thing to kind of expect here, you know? I guess the only alternative would be to find alternative routes to drive in the future, which will take longer. You know? I
already was taking an alternative route because I wasn't taking the highway because I avoid highways. So it's like there's not much more you can do rather than avoid highways because we live on one. So it's hard to go anywhere else. There's not really many back roads that I could take.
Right. Yeah, especially in that area.
Yeah.
There aren't that many. There are a lot of plazas and stuff
around
there, so there wouldn't be too many places that you can just go through, or neighborhoods to cut through and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, my only other option was, instead of like turning right on one road, I could have kept going straight, but I still would have.
Exactly.
There's still a not great intersection there, so.
Yeah, there are too many of those parts of this town.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely propelling my thought for next year is to live in a place that, at least to circumvent that as an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Get that out of here. I am done with being near highways.
Yeah, it's awful. I mean, it's really hard not to be in this town.
It is tough.
Because there's so many.
You would have to live in a neighborhood that is a little further out
Mm-hmm.
to not have that be a problem.
Yeah.
You know? I guess luckily the situation of this happening here is that we do live closer to town.
Yeah.
A little further off from your job.
Yeah, because my job is north,
Mm-hmm.
and we're already north from the city.
Yeah.
So it's like northwest.
Right.
It's in northwest Austin, so it's in a nicer area, but can't really take a bus to it.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that there's no bus route that goes out that way.
Not directly. It's like 3 different buses,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a walk to each bus.
Right.
It's not like a direct one. It's
the one of the buses is like 14 minutes from here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I would have to take if for some reason my line wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to walk 15 minutes to get to the first bus stop,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like you have to go to another bus stop after you get off that one. It's just, it's not worth the 2 hours of travel.
Yeah, exactly.
To get to work, especially when I have to be there at 6 a.m. sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just,
Yeah.
I guess I'll spend the $18 to get to work at 6 a.m.
Yeah, dude.
It was like $20 the other morning to get to work for opening.
Well, I guess I don't think that's like surge pricing, but I guess that.
Well, no, it was definitely more expensive that early in the morning.
Yeah.
And like it was super cheap when I went to work yesterday because it was later in the evening, but it wasn't like peak hours, I guess.
Peak hours,
it was like
yeah.
4:30 that I requested one, so it was like only $13, which is the cheapest I've seen it so far.
Still $13, man.
Yeah.
Shit heads up.
And like I've had some great coworkers that have been able to drive me home, especially after closing. I've had people be able to drive me home. I have someone picking me up today. I don't know what's going to happen the next couple days because I'm working an event.
You are.
So I'll have to see about getting there. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I wish that there was a bus line that you were able to take
Yeah.
to work. Because I'm going to be working on the weekends pretty soon here because of the holiday season.
Yeah.
And luckily my bus, I'm only on one bus,
Mhm.
and it does run on the weekends,
Yeah.
same times for the most part. So
Well, I feel like for the event, I might be able to take a bus. It's in Zilker Park, so I might be able to take a bus there.
okay.
But I don't know. I'm working this event way too much.
You need the money.
I do, but it's also it's only 4 hours. It's only a 4-hour shift.
That's true.
And if I take a lift, that's basically the cost of getting there and coming home. 2 hours is
Yeah.
2.5 hours is basically what I'm paying to get there and go home.
Yeah. So you're only making like half.
Yeah. And like only getting paid every other week kind of sucks.
True.
I missed that. I
Weekly.
missed that weekly paycheck. It was nice. They were shitty paychecks, but it was nice getting paid every week.
I think that I'm a little happier to be back to being paid every other week because now it forces me to be more conservative with my spending.
Yeah.
Like getting paid every week, I'm like, oh, I can buy this on Friday, or I can buy this on this Friday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the time where I need the larger lump sum of money, I don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, it's planning and it's responsibility. I know, but it's just, and it's not even stuff that I'm purchasing irresponsibly. It's just like, say if I need like food or I need to buy a certain amount of clothing or something, it's like, okay, I can do this now.
Yeah.
But then when I need the money, it's like, oh well, shit, I can't
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
Well, and like Christmas presents, gotta buy those now. I'm gonna have to buy RJ food because it's getting a little too dangerously low, and I guess I'm gonna just buy it off Amazon.
I was gonna say you probably should order that online.
Yeah, I'm going to, cause yeah, I'm not going to PetSmart.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't have the food that I buy him at HEB, so I'm probably just gonna have to buy it off Amazon.
Yeah. That's the only way it's gonna have to be.
Yeah.
Man. Do you remember the other day whenever I was waiting for the headphones I got to come in, and it said that it was dropped off to a resident?
Yeah.
That freaked me out. I was pissed.
I was freaking out. It's like, why would you hand it to a resident? It should have said receptionist.
Yeah.
And I feel like they meant receptionist.
They probably meant receptionist.
But they said resident.
They did say
and it sounded like they just gave it to some random ass fucking person.
I started just going through just like who lives around us.
Yeah.
Who the fuck can they from? Because again, going back to what we opened up the podcast with, people know, people seeing shit. I also didn't like whenever they had dropped off the futon. And other shit, like how they left it.
They just leaned it against the door.
Exactly, and I'm glad that I'm glad that I don't have to bother going to the office, because when I get off work, the office is closed.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I don't have to worry about that. It's there, I can go take care of it. But also, too many people here have eyes, and too many people here are fucking nosy as fuck.
Well, luckily with the futon, it's heavy.
Yep.
So people aren't really gonna try and take that. If something's heavy, they're less likely to try and steal it.
Yeah.
But like when I got my mattress delivered, it got delivered to the office. But that's because my parents had set that up. They had bought it. So it's automatically going to go there. And like you bought the futon from Amazon, so you were able to put in, leave it at the door.
The frame ended up at the office.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I had to pick the frame up from the office.
I feel like they just kind of choose whatever. They don't...
I distinctly have it now. To leave it at the leasing office.
Yeah.
Specifically because
I feel like you changed it just for like the weekend, the one day, because it was supposed to come on a Sunday and the office wasn't open on Sunday.
And that's the thing, is I changed it for that reason.
Yeah.
But I have it set for the office now because I don't trust people.
Yeah, I don't trust people around here either.
I'm also trying to make sure when I order something that it won't fall on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can also just let them know. You can change your settings in there and be like, we don't accept Sunday delivery, so they would like put it off a day or something.
That's true. I think, I mean, I'm fine with having stuff come here on a Sunday when I'm here, you know, and then just drop stuff off. And I don't think I need anything ordered for this month. Hopefully, because anything getting Christmas, I'm just sending directly to the people.
Well, yeah, so. That's the only reason I did this Christmas present to here is because I want to look at it because it's books, so it's like D&D books. So I want to look at it first, mainly so I can like talk with her about them, and like so we can talk about it and like look at it together, and I can explain things better. But also because they're really fucking cool, and I want to look at them.
Yeah.
Everything else, I'm just gonna get sent to my parents' house.
Right. Damn, dude. I'm ready to move out of here.
Yeah.
Move out of this place.
Yeah, I'm done with this place. It's real bad.
It's bad.
And like I said, it's just progressively just getting worse and worse. Just every time I come home, it's just worse.
Yeah. There's always...
Well, every time I come home at night,
yeah.
like when it's dark out, it's just awful.
I was very surprised last night, being a Saturday night, whenever Max and I got back, that there wasn't anyone really hanging out. There were some people in the dirt lot over there, like no lights on or anything. They weren't standing in the street lights. I know they're doing something shady as fuck.
There's always people hanging out over there doing something shady.
Yeah. It's like I just happened to get a glimpse of them as we were pulling in.
Yeah.
But outside of them...
Didn't you say police were still hanging out?
Police were still hanging out. And so whenever we came in, the first turn for that first batch of apartments that's closest to the highway, there was a cop there who was walking through. He was definitely looking at license plates. Yeah. And then after we got over the concrete speed bumps there, before we get to the second area, there was a cop other side of the dirt lot, like when you know where there's a dumpster and there's that weird like just crane, whatever, that mechanical mess that's sitting on the other side of the dumpster over there. So right over there, you know.
Oh.
What is that? Is that a truck or a crane or something? What the fuck is that?
It's not a crane. It was like a dump truck almost.
Yeah, it looks like
is what it looked like before.
Yeah,
is what it looked like. I don't know.
That ended up over there, by the way.
I don't know. There's some weird shit that's been showing up in that lot.
Yeah.
I feel like people are just parking shitty cars over there that need worked on.
There is. I don't know if you saw that gray like Escalade or something, or it definitely was an Escalade. It definitely was a black vehicle at some point, but or it's some like larger Jeep, and both back lights.
Yeah, I saw that.
None of the rims are the same. And it's dusty.
Like there's some shit going on.
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe partly what the police were looking out for.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Along with a person, because they were definitely manhunting someone when I showed up last night.
Absolutely. And that's what the other cop that was walking over there. I don't know if he walked to the guys that were in the dirt lot, but he had his flashlight out and he was looking at stuff. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to deal with this.
I'm also just sick of like when I'm walking like through this little shitty courtyard area, like just beer bottle caps everywhere. Corona caps.
Specifically Corona caps, yeah.
Everywhere, and they're just like pressed into the dirt because they're like no one cares.
Well, the other morning going to work, it was just glass spilled at the other. You know when you're going, you follow the path and you pop out. At least if you're going towards the office. And there is like that area where there's some AC units. There's a tree there and everything.
Yeah.
On the right there on the sidewalk, there's just glass from multiple beer bottles just shattered there, different colors.
Well, like the glass that was right outside our patio a few months ago. And then like a few days after that, I saw a kid running around without shoes on, running right through that area, right where the glass was. Yeah. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. Which the glass was clearly from the asshole that lives upstairs.
Clearly.
That just dropped it.
Yeah.
Like, oh God.
It's been interestingly quiet up there.
It has been. It's been weird.
For the last
I'm scared.
3 weeks.
Well, and yesterday when I left, there was a guy that went up there and knocked on the door, just like knocking. And was like, "Is anyone home? Is anyone home?"
Right.
I don't know if it was a friend or just some random person or someone from the office, but yeah.
Yeah, I am a bit nervous as to what's happening up there. I didn't even hear anything on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no, nothing.
From up there. I heard the apartment behind. I heard the one across from them. But I didn't hear anything from up there. And we even complained about it on an episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
Like
how loud they are constantly. And they're just constantly running. Yeah, I haven't even heard the kid running around.
The kid running around, exactly. Yeah.
Shit.
So I don't know.
I wonder if they moved out or they're just away.
Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I haven't seen him. Actually,
they still have shit out on their
I saw
balcony.
I saw him out there. It had been 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
It was the last time I saw him out there.
I avoid looking up there.
It's when I'm walking in the path here. I can just see the balconies and all the units here. I did see him sitting out there.
I literally avoid looking at any of them because I don't want anyone to I don't want to make eye contact.
Yeah. You don't want to establish
because I know that they're always staring at whoever is walking around, so I just do not want to make eye contact. I completely avoid it.
Yeah, you don't want to involve that connection.
Nope, don't want to.
Yeah.
Don't want to start anything.
It's
yeah, it shouldn't be this bad.
It shouldn't be this bad, but this is like what happens where we live in an apartment complex where the people who own it don't care. And the people who live here need to live in a place that's cheap.
And this is what happens when you were also desperate looking for an apartment because you needed to get out of a hotel.
You need to get out of a fucking hotel.
Yeah.
And this is exactly the results of that.
Yep.
Yeah. Next year next year, high chance townhouse or house.
Yeah.
And living in an actual neighborhood.
Neighborhood. Yeah, like where Chandler lives, like that's even so much better.
It's such a nice place.
Yeah.
It's such a nice place in that part of South Austin. Really nice.
Well, like that's like an actual like neighborhood. It's on an actual fucking road.
Yep.
And not this shitty, hey, we built some road off of what should have been a court.
Yeah.
Because, Enterprise Court. But
and I don't know what this complex situation was in the past.
No, because this part is new. The other, on the other side of the road street is like the older part of it.
On the other side of the used car place that's over there. those buildings look renovated, but I think they're considered the same units.
You had been saying that before,
because
yeah.
There's no other name that I see there than where we live. The name of this place.
Mm-hmm.
There's a sign there that says this place is leasing on their fence,
and
it's the name of the place we live. But the units are different, and the way the apartments are shaped are different.
Interesting.
And their gate actually fucking works.
Yeah.
But also their gate on that side, that's the only way to get in there.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the fuck that's about either. Because even when we moved in here, they never mentioned that side.
I feel like it's not the same.
True. I wouldn't be surprised if it was owned by the same people.
Could be.
But it's probably not the same.
I feel like it is different because it might be. Can you see it from Berkman?
You can. It's directly across the street from my...
That's a different place.
Okay, gotcha.
It's a different place.
It's interesting that I see the sign of the moving in for this place there. I don't know. I don't trust. I don't trust anything around this area, dude. I don't.
Sorry, I've popped my knuckles so many times on this, and I'm so mad at myself.
On this podcast.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens.
It's oh god, it's so bad.
There's video evidence of it happening now.
Well, I don't know if it's ever. You might have actually gotten it on that one. Yeah. I'm about to do it again because I have to. Okay, we're good now. I tried them all.
That mic in particular is going to pick that up.
Oh, it always does. It always does.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we should mention before we wrap this up.
I went to Critical Role Live.
Actually, probably the most important thing here. Take it real. So you went to Critical Role Live.
I went to Critical Role. It was so fucking awesome, and also nerve-wracking because I went by myself and didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
But it was great. The energy was awesome. I was super tired by the end of it because they went over 4 hours. They went almost fucking 5 hours, man. They were only scheduled for like 4 hours.
Yep.
And it was really long, but it was so much fun. And I mean, I've never been near so many critters before.
Yeah.
Because the only other person the only person I know that loves Critical Role is Mackenzie.
Yeah.
And like, I know no one else that watches it, even though I love it so much. And it was just really cool just going there. And
as I said, I wouldn't, especially in this town, especially like around close to Austin, or people driving in from the parts of Texas. It surprised me.
I mean, there were people from, I would say probably all over the South, and like obviously from other cities in Texas, but like, because this is the first time they've been to the South.
Right.
Like they've had a show in LA now. They've done their Gen Con shows. I think they did New York.
They didn't do Georgia, did they?
I don't know.
Okay.
Where's Gen Con? Where is Gen Con?
Gen Con? I don't know where Gen Con is actually. I'm have to look that up.
I
I know that I think Georgia is MomoCon is Georgia, and correct me if I'm wrong,
they've gone to places, but they haven't had a live show at some of those
gotcha.
at some of those conventions. Yeah, they've gone, but they don't do live shows at all of the conventions they've been to. Indianapolis is where Gen Con is.
Okay. A lot of people go to Indianapolis.
Oh yeah, well I mean their Gen Con show is fucking huge, and it has been because they've been doing that since.
I feel like a show in the Midwest would do that.
Yeah.
Be a massive thing. Everyone's driving there from other Midwestern states, and
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean they made a very smart decision of like doing Austin.
Yeah.
And like even if they would have done Dallas, I would have bought a ticket for that.
No,
I then of course because the accident happened a couple days before would not have been able to go because I wouldn't have had a way to get there.
Right.
But yeah, I would have bought a ticket if it was in Dallas.
I think Austin makes sense considering they have friends here.
They do.
You know,
They do.
Like people from Rooster Teeth and things of that nature.
Well, and they. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that's the specific
No, but
reason,
it's definitely a town
recognizable.
that they agree with. I would say like it agrees with them all,
agrees with them, definitely.
and it's like the first time a couple of them were actually in Austin. I forget who. Marisha's first time, and I think Liam's first time being in Austin, or maybe Texas in general too. I'm not sure, but yeah, like it was really cool. Travis wore a Keep Austin Weird shirt.
Nice, very good.
He was like the most underdressed out of all of them. Weird fucking noises over there. Kid screaming.
That was a cat shriek.
Cat?
That was a cat shriek.
Okay.
Specifically, like
I heard a kid.
Maybe, you know what? What's the difference? But yeah, I think it's cool that they were here, and I'm sure. Yeah. It didn't surprise me the amount of people that went, because even on like some of the like Austin like meetup stuff, they were talking about it. You know, one of my coworkers, he's a DJ, and he was talking. He doesn't know what Critical Role is, but he was saying that a lot of people he knows was going to Critical Role. Mentioned that you were going.
Well, yeah, and I saw, I mean, after the fact, but there was a meetup for Critters, and it was in downtown, and I feel like a place that we've walked by a few times. I don't remember the name of the place, but it looked familiar, so, yeah.
We toured downtown.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we walked, like, when we came to visit.
I wish, I do kind of wish that we had more time now that it's cooler out to explore downtown. Because I think it would be cool to be downtown during like the fall weather situation. Yeah. Rather than 118 degrees.
Yeah, and not going on Friday or Saturday night for bars, because that's just awful. It's just hot shit right there.
Yeah. We survived 6th.
Couple times.
Well, the first time we were on 6th, we were just at Easy Tiger, so we were just at the end. I'm talking about like the first time.
Oh, when we came to visit,
The first time we were in Austin, and we were on 6th. We were at Easy Tiger.
Yeah.
And it was during the day, early in the day.
It was brunch.
The second time we were on 6th.
Easy Tiger again.
we
went
and then
twice.
We met up with Max and Rose,
and we just
went to Happy Chicks.
Yeah.
Third time, when was that? Was it emo night?
You've been to 6 more than I have, because you've been to more emo nights.
I went to emo night.
It might not even get picked up. You don't know.
I'll see in the edit.
Yeah.
And if it gets picked up, I'm leaving it in. Third time, actually. So emo night, because I go to Barbarossa. It's next to Barbarossa. Yeah. So yeah. It's in Barbarossa, I'm saying,
But yes, third time for me was also emo night.
Also emo night for you, right?
Yeah.
So I've been to 6 a few times.
And that was like first like nightlife 6th Street that I endured.
I mean, it was cool being on the balcony for Vulcan.
It was,
and then seeing downtown, because I think that's the only way to really experience it. Is to be far away from the street and have an area and like a bird's eye view of the hot shit.
And it wasn't as crazy as it could have been. I expected it to be a little crazier that night. Oh yeah, I'm sure it got worse later, because we did not stay that late.
Also, when we got there,
actually no, we stayed all fucking night. What am I talking about?
We stayed everywhere was closed.
We stayed. We stayed until close.
Yeah, we stayed until like almost 3 a.m. It was like 2:15 when we walked out.
Yeah.
We got there pretty early, because people were still lining up for shit when we got to there. But
we went up to the balcony probably around midnight.
Around midnight, yeah. But at some point between the time when we got there and then even before we got up to the balcony, there were several fights and a lot of shit that happened there. My roommate.
I'm your roommate.
I'm exhausted.
Yep.
My coworker told me, I think it was like a year or 2 ago, him and a bunch of friends were down there, and some people drove by and then started just shooting up a place. So like him and the 2 ladies that he was with, he like took them and like ducked behind like into like an alley area, like behind like some dumpsters or something. Like,
well, I feel like even when we were leaving, like there wasn't shooting, but like even when we were leaving, there were people trying to start fights.
No, there was a fight going on.
Yeah.
I remember, because by the time we were getting towards the end, we saw, that gyro stand with the one guy in the fucking...
Yeah, that was like right outside of where we were,
That line was fucking massive, dude.
Yeah, it was.
I feel bad for that dude, but he made bank. He makes his weekend money.
But you also know he did not make any tips.
No, absolutely not. There were so many people who ran by, and I looked behind, and there was definitely like people dropping like their like purses and stuff and getting ready to start fucking around back there. It was, yeah, I was glad we were going the opposite way.
Yeah.
I felt bad because Alex's friend Rob, being the only person who's sober in that situation, really. You know, and Alex was just gone.
Yeah. He was fucked up.
He was pretty fucked up. And it's like, wow, this is not the ideal situation.
Nope. And I think that's why I didn't realize that there was an actual fight going on, is because I was out of it.
Like, there were fists being thrown.
Yeah.
Like, it had started already by the time we were already walking out of
Didn't see it.
Yeah. And it was just like, no one else was bothered. No one moved from the gyro stand. It was just a fight going on. And it was, oh, fuck, what a mess. What a goddamn mess. I never want to go back there.
No.
I say that, but I'm going to...
And you're going to go to emo night?
I'm going to go to emo night again.
Yeah.
Well, emo night itself is fine because it's like, we basically go directly back to the car.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
And we walk in a group together and stuff, but being in Vulcan itself, that's in the heart of like 6th.
Yeah.
Whenever that happens, that's a way different fucking situation. Yeah, Barbarella's. Honestly, if it hasn't passed, they're having like their like anniversary thing.
That's already passed. That was at the beginning of last month. Yeah.
Right. There's another thing coming up soon that I might want to go to. That seems pretty low key for whatever this town has.
Yeah.
Sorry for that, but I like Barbarella. It's nice. Emo night's really intense there.
Mm-hmm.
Really intense, like. People doing coke off of wherever surface they can find, intense, like doing bumps in the pit, intense.
Okay.
Yeah, like, remember that guy that was like slumped over whenever we went to emo night?
His ankle?
The guy who his ankle and was blackout drunk.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He was fucked up.
He was definition of fucked up.
And it was 10 o'clock.
It was 10 o'clock. He was there for... We get our drinks and we're just like, looks like the party hasn't started. I'm taking a sip of my fucking, what is it, cranberry vodka? Yeah. And then this dude is just like done for.
Yeah.
Destroyed, 0 hit points. No, 1 hit point.
Not even, man.
Yeah, dude. He's on a clock. He's rolling death saving.
He was unconscious.
Yeah, dude. And his friend's not doing anything about it.
His friend, like, they checked on him. They were like, "You doing all right?" And he would just be like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Like, or I guess is what he was saying.
He would say something along those lines and immediately go comatose.
Yeah.
Immediately after. So it's like, yeah, he's not fine, dude.
But I feel like some of them weren't even his friends. They were just people that were concerned.
There was a dude who was standing next to you who was definitely, because the cops asked where did you come with anyone?
Yeah.
And that guy and then the other guy who kept disappearing. Back were like, oh, we know him. And I'm like, what if there was something really wrong here?
Yeah, and you're just letting him just chill out there, and he's clearly
fucked up.
Yeah,
like,
something is clearly wrong with him.
Exactly. If you have a friend who's messed up that bad, you need to get someone. You need to call someone over.
Like, because there was, when he was just like reclining basically on the couch, like, okay, fine, but like when he was doubled over, he was like passed out, like, that's not cool.
Like, probably 2 muscle spasms away from going headfirst into the floor. Yeah.
And like, come on, man.
Yeah. And his friend, the one guy, was just on his phone.
Yeah.
And then like looked down at him, and then I'm like, all right, dude, like, go get employees to help. It took an employee coming by to fucking do anything about it. Yeah.
Like there were 2 employees that had like checked on him, and then one was like, all right, this isn't cool, and then he got security.
Exactly. Fucking hell. But emo night that I go to, at least Jimmy's Wednesdays.
Yeah.
I'm not going to this Wednesday.
Okay.
Because I work and it's busy season. I cannot give up on sleep right now.
Yeah.
That one it's a different kind of intense. It's like there are a lot of people who go there that are the jocks and stuff from high school, and in general, it's a lot of people who definitely are from small ass towns, small ass cliquey towns, who have not yet gotten out of that phase. Like my group of friends, I like going because my group of friends, or at least Max's friends that I made, like going and hanging out with Max and stuff like that. and a lot of the better things that have happened to me have been good because I'm hanging out with them.
Yeah.
But like the most recent one, Max was doing his thing. There was a lady that he really wanted to talk to and stuff, so he did his thing. I made some friends with him, his extended friend group.
Yeah.
And I spoke to them and stuff like that, and kind of was mostly alone for the night. And the shit that I was around, dude, like
Yeah.
people getting thrown out because like they're super high on something, trying to climb walls and stuff. Security does not fuck around in Barbarella, by the way.
I mean, that's good.
They don't fuck around. Yeah, it was like that revelation where to me it was like, yeah, I don't want to be here right now.
Yeah.
It was like my other friends are having fun and that's cool. I was checking on people, making sure they were right.
Being dad.
They were being how I am, being a dad.
Yep.
And make sure they were okay. And outside of that, it was just like creepy ass dudes everywhere and like people who were just too high or too drunk. Just real gross shit.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought. I was like, I know that I wanted you to go to the emo night and experience it at least once, but I don't know. Because even Max had told me like it seems to be getting worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because there's a lot of new people.
A lot of new people.
And there's a lot of people that are just not used to being on their own.
Yep.
And being able to do that kind of stuff.
And it's so readily available here.
Yeah.
It's so fucking readily available in this town too for just substances and shit. So you can tell who's like new to doing that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm not about that. I'm not
Yeah.
about that at all. Yeah. So I think I'll go back in the future. Maybe March.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking March. I'll go back probably. I want to see how life works around for the next few months here.
Yeah.
And save money and not worry about and not be stressed out about shit like that.
Yeah.
But fuck. Like as I said earlier, life's moving fast. Interestingly enough, and correct me if I'm wrong if you don't feel this way, but it seems like time is moving way quicker here in the 5 months we've been here than it's moved in almost 2 years when we lived in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Definitely.
I feel like I'm fucking 38 years old right now. I feel like I already have moved forward in time.
Well, and like we had talked about this the other day, but like just so many changes. Like me personally, I have gone through so many changes. Everything is changing in my life right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not really okay with it. Like some of it I'm good with. Like I got my hair cut. Cool. Took me a while to do it. Took me over a year to finally get my hair cut. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy. But it's also like, don't have a car. I have a new job that it's like, that I'm kind of on right now.
A job that started great.
Started cool and is now kind of, maybe not.
It's on the decline right now.
It is.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can figure their shit out and it's going to go back up. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe I'll just be like, I'll only work here or whatever. I don't know. There's a lot going on.
Right.
But I also just might need to get a job closer to here or in downtown or something that I'm not spending a shit ton of money to get there.
Like I said, if you can find a job, you can just take the same bus that I take.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll see what I can find out.
Yeah.
South Austin, that bus goes right to there.
Yeah.
You know, there might be some place down there that'll be easier for you.
Yeah. So I'm only spending like
about $25 or
$250 a day.
Yeah, as opposed to $13.
One way,
$26 a day.
And that was cheap. Yeah. No, that was cheap. It's usually closer to $20 for me to get over to the domain. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then it's even more money if I'm working at the other location because it's a little bit further.
Right. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate that stuff has happened, but I think it's telling that you got to look for something more convenient. And I think this is a good time to do it. People are looking to hire for the season, and a lot of people are once the season breaks, they're gone.
Yeah.
Seasonal workers are gone, so
yeah.
People go back to school or what have you. You know how that goes. So.
Yeah, but I guess my thing is, I'm going home for like a week at Christmas time, and that's when they're gonna want people to work, and I'm like, hey, I already have my plane ticket.
Right.
So
my mom, when we were talking this morning, that's what I told her. I told her I'll be coming home after the holidays, and she knows it's because of work.
Yeah.
Like most jobs, like her and my dad, are because of their jobs, they can be off at the holidays. but a lot of our family members can't because of their jobs.
Yeah.
So, or they just get Christmas off and that's it.
Yeah.
So they can't travel or anything because it's like there's no point. So.
Yeah, I think my dad only gets like Christmas Eve, Christmas off.
Mm-hmm.
He takes off more than that because he usually has enough time that he can.
Right.
But like my mom doesn't, even though she works at a school, but she's a secretary.
Right.
So she has to work the office hours. She doesn't get off the same amount of time that like teachers do or the students do. Right. She's there most of the year. And it kind of sucks.
It does suck. Yeah,
well, especially she's been having to take off a lot of work. She's not doing great with health issues.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me that recently. Yeah, and I always feel bad at that because especially like living where they live too. You know, it's like
small town,
and that coupled with the weather changes that have been happening. It's been really intense up there.
Yeah, it's been cold.
Yeah, and the cold has been really cold.
Yeah.
The last few years and stuff. So you know that I think hopefully it'd be cool if they can visit down here. You know,
yeah.
Makes you feel better.
I mean, they're not going to be able to visit until like maybe summertime.
Yeah.
Which is good because then we'll be in a different place, better place.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I'll be in a better position with jobs and.
You're gonna find something.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna find something.
At this point, I feel bad because I do like the people that I work with. They're really cool. And, like, I've made a good friend. Yeah. But it's also, like, man, I can't spend $30.
Dude, that's too much. That's too much money.
$30, $40 to get to work.
Too much fucking money to get to work. It's easier to just be on public transportation. Sorry, I got those new headphones. Dude, the test run on the bus was ideal, man.
Yeah.
Like, being able to turn on that noise canceling and then fucking being able to just cruise for an hour and not have to worry about what's going on around me. Because I usually sit in a position where no one can really be shitty around me. And luckily, my route, for the times when at least when I'm going to work, there's a lot of students, or a lot of people, business people, who take the bus, who don't want to drive. Yeah. And I go through UT, I go through a lot of places, so by the time I get to South Austin, my bus is mostly empty anyway. And coming back, by the time it's to Mueller area,
I feel like the time you come back is what makes your trip
so all the
awful.
Stories I fucking talk about for the bus is always, like the previous episode of the podcast, it's always because of my trip back. Yeah. Always. It's always someone being fucking bad.
Because you leave work around like 6. Yeah. So you don't get home until like 7:30, but like, that's when everyone else is leaving work or they're...
Yeah. I've come to realize like the area that I'm in, at least where the bus goes through, it's near the hospital. So there are a lot of people who take the bus who definitely have like mental health issues here and there. And so I've come to realize that's probably why. Yeah. Because that's the only way they can travel. If they don't have anyone to take them, they'll take the bus back to where they live and stuff. Yeah. So, we'll see. We'll see how things go next year. Yeah. I don't know. I still like living here. It's been interesting.
I would say that my rose-colored glasses they've come off in the past few weeks of like living here. Yeah. But it is still, I do still like it. Yeah, it is not that it has gone bad. Yeah. It's just that the adrenaline rush of living here has now died down. Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling that depression again, which sucks, but like it's vitamins. Take those vitamins for depression. Yeah.
Yeah. Get some Vicks Vapor Rub.
But like I do still like it here. Yeah. Like I did one of the Lyft drivers that took me to Critical Role, like he's been here for a couple months. He hates it. Yeah. When his lease is up, he's leaving. He's going back home because he does not like it here. Yep. But like he's from Nashville, so it's a different feel. Yeah. Yeah. Whereas, okay, yeah, sure, Nashville, Austin, a little comparable, but also Nashville
is more of your Midwest flavor.
Yeah. Yeah. And like so Pittsburgh to Austin, yeah, Austin's so much better than Pittsburgh. Like
I think it's because growing up in New York City for me, I grew up in the Bronx next to the ghetto, partially in the ghetto. Yeah. And had to deal with all that my entire life, and just parts of New York that are old and shitty, and just being around the East Coast in general dealing with all the shitty people and the New Englanders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had to deal with New Englanders, yeah.
I had to deal with some serious fucking New Yorkers.
Yeah.
I had to deal with fucking both of them.
Yeah.
And then moving to Pennsylvania and dealing with Ohio and then
yeah.
so much shit, dude.
Yeah.
So moving down here, this particular, I realized that the reason why this city has expanded so much that living up here was an easier choice based on the situation we were in. But also, as you see, going how different it is around where my job is, and around where Chandler lives, and even where Max lives, and he was more northwest from here.
Yeah.
But like, it is cleaner, nicer people, and way better shit happening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've known from the beginning that Northwest Austin is nicer. It's also more expensive.
Yeah.
And we stayed in South Austin the first time we stayed here, which it's very nice, but.
I remember our first time down there, we were like, I wonder about this area.
Well, because the specific area that we were in, yes, because it was too much like where we lived in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it was very, remember...
And also a lot of construction.
A lot of construction there too, yeah.
Way too much construction.
We were right on the highway.
Yeah.
Pretty much. We
were just off the highway, yeah.
But I still remember the Uber drive when we had turned the opposite way from the highway, and we were going through that neighborhood, and I was like, oh shit. This place is
this is nice. Yeah.
This is real nice.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And that's how a lot of the city is.
Yeah, we just need to go just a little bit further off the highway into like the actual neighborhoods.
Well, I was gonna say into the neighborhoods, and there's some neighborhoods that are still branched from the city that are relatively, at least with the job positions that I have now, and hopefully the one that you have in the future that pays you for that. We're able to afford to live in a incredible. That's my plan: to live in a better place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. I've been actually looking at homes very seriously recently.
Yeah.
Very seriously, looking at like how the process of doing that is and things of that nature. My parents did say that they will try to help. Yeah. Because they also don't want me to keep living in an apartment. They think my mom made a point to say this morning that I'm at the age right now where that should be something that I should just be investing into, like putting money into, like actually like having property.
I feel like my sister was 27.
Yeah.
I mean, how old was she? 27, 28 when her and her husband got a house.
Yeah. A few of my friends who are older, who are like in their 30s now, they got their first place when they were around 27. Yeah. So,
yeah.
27, 28, yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I'm looking into it more seriously because there are cons, obviously, with owning a home, which are like taking care of things and fixing things myself and stuff like that. Yeah. But also, I like doing that. I like having chores, especially if it's my property. Yeah. That I'm paying for. It's like, of course, I don't mind getting up and having to do these chores and things of that nature.
Well, like, there have been things here that, like, we've tried to fix, and it's like, we've gotten a somewhat fix to it, but it's also like, we can't 100% fix it because we don't want to fuck anything up.
I can't get in there and do something about it.
Yeah.
I can't repaint these shitty walls.
Yeah.
You know? And for those of you who are watching, we have nothing on the walls because we can't, like, pin any. We have a few pins here and there. Yeah. But it's like, I don't know what they're going to charge us for this place. Yeah. You know, and the fucking dishwasher, I don't know what we're going to do about that when we move out here.
Actually, no, it's not even on record anymore because we switched owners, but, like, I've put in, like, hey, dishwasher doesn't turn on at all.
We're going to have to follow up on that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be charged.
Also on our air conditioner, which, like, guys showed up, looked at it, and they were like, oh, yeah, that's an easy fix. You just need a new one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I need a new one. That's how. Yeah, fuck, thanks, man. I'm glad you showed up to tell me that.
Also, no follow-up on that either. It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
Like, it's been a couple weeks since they came and checked that out, and...
No calls, no follow-up.
Nothing. Yeah. Also, wasn't notified that they'd be coming by to look at it.
True. They just fucking showed up.
Yeah. And they would have, like, just walked in, too, because I wasn't answering the door at first, because, as I had stated previously, I don't answer the fucking door. Yeah. But then they tried to unlock it, but the key that they were given didn't work.
Yep. That was probably for one of the older units.
Yep.
Probably.
The old lock.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 1,000% getting a security camera.
Yeah.
Because for reasons like that, if you're here alone and it's like someone knocks on the door, at least you'd be able to see like a security feed or something.
Well, yeah, but if I would have seen two old white guys, I still wouldn't have opened the door.
No, exactly. No, I just mean so you can recognize their fucking faces.
Yeah.
Be like, I'll remember them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
If they come back,
yeah. If they come back, and also if you see them around and they are actually maintenance dudes or something, so you can go, okay, next time they come back. You know? But just, I security reasons, I don't like all that shit. I'm actually, tonight I'm going to look into getting large blackout curtains for this.
Yeah, that actually fit that.
Actually fit that fucking patio window.
Well, yeah, that was just.
Door.
I literally bought those curtains just to put up, like, to separate my old apartment, so I could like keep the yeah.
I want to actually get because so no one can see the lamps that are if the lamps are on. I want it to look. I want it to look like we were vaporized. I'm gonna fucking bring some leaves and like.
Don't want anyone to know that we are ever home.
I want people to think that this place is fucking abandoned now. I want them to think that we were ghosts and no one actually lived here. I am so fucking. And saying it now on the podcast is one thing. The amount of times that people have told me about them recognizing me being here, or have seen me around, or have seen where I live, or know what fucking building I'm in, is alarming.
Yeah.
Unacceptably alarming.
Yeah.
I no. I don't want that shit.
Yeah. Don't want it. I don't want any part of that.
Yeah.
When you first told me that, like, you had a couple people telling you, like, they've seen you around.
On several occasions.
Yeah.
Several occasions.
Like, that's not cool.
Yeah.
What made you think that that's okay?
Right.
Did you hear yourself telling someone, I've seen you around, but, like, in a creepy way?
How the fuck would they feel if it were me walking up and be like, hey, I see you around here sometimes. You know, I think don't you live in one of those end units?
Yeah.
Across from the parking lot? I think I see you like when you leave in the morning sometimes. I think I see you when you come home sometimes. Like, fuck.
No.
It's like that's a look into the camera moment, you know, like
this person's gonna get murdered later.
Right, exactly. That's like when there's a hard cut to like me breaking into the apartment, or smashing, kicking the door in, and like stuffing clothing into a suitcase, and
or hard cut to dead body.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in a show, like
I'm so worried whenever people are around here, especially adults that are walking real slow through here, because I don't want to like anyone scoping out for like a robbery situation or some shit like that. That was one of the reviews for this place, was people saying that there was a pretty brief period of time where there were fucking break-ins for some of the units here.
Yeah.
I think it was the older units in the front. And then we've seen the other shit that people complain about in their reviews.
Oh, yeah.
The roaches, the loud music,
the beer bottles and cans all around,
the trash,
the
loud people, the unattended, unleashed dogs that people just let walk around.
And then they shit all over the place, and it doesn't get picked up.
It never gets picked up.
Because why are you not with your dog?
Yeah.
This is not your house.
The other morning, okay, I'm gonna have to. This will probably be like towards the end of this podcast here. The other morning, Friday morning, when I'm going to work, older woman walking down this way. I don't know if to her car or whatever. She has 3 dogs with her. None of them on leashes.
Yeah.
2 little tiny dogs and a golden retriever. None on leashes. I know that, and they didn't seem like violent dogs. I pet the golden retriever. You know, they didn't seem like violent dogs at all. But don't do that. Keep your dog on a fucking leash.
There's because I work where I work. There's a lot of apartments there too, and there's a lady that walks around. She's a regular customer, and she has a very tiny dog, beautiful like show dog, like really long hair, and like have to have hair up in a bow so she's able to see. She's never on a leash, but she's also a very well-behaved dog.
Yeah, no, that happens. Yeah.
And like will not go very far and is not very loud and barky.
Right.
The only time like I've really heard her bark, like when she's hung out like in the shop, like is with another dog showing up, which understandable.
Yeah.
And then, you know, she just holds on to the dog and is like, all right. Or like she'll step outside just to like calm the dog down.
Right.
But like, it's not great, but almost all the other dogs I've seen walking around that area are on leashes because you should.
I believe like unless you're in like in a dog park or if you're in like, because the city's full of parks. If you're in a situation, you're in a trailer park or something where your dog can be off of a leash and there aren't vehicles driving around and shit like that.
Also, cute thing, sorry, because I just remembered, that dog does not cross the street.
Really?
They have to pick up that dog to walk across the street.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. There's something really adorable about
Yeah.
that. Also, I like it because I would hate to see that dog just randomly trot.
Well, yeah, and the people speed through there, even though it's like a just curvy fucking road.
The Domain is not a place to drive fast in.
No, and people speed through there.
That place is like.
It's a shopping center. Speed limit is technically supposed to be like 15 miles per hour, and people go like 25, 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah, I would be at a crawl.
Yeah.
Going through most of that place, dude, because the amount of people who just, without warning, cross the street.
Oh, yeah.
In that place.
All the time.
Without fucking warning, people will be on the sidewalk and on their phones, still looking at their phones, cross the street.
Well, and like they don't even cross like where the crosswalk is either, and they start doing the bad jaywalk, like going completely diagonally, taking the longest route possible to get across the street, and it's like, really?
Yeah.
You're making me stop for this?
Stop them from looking over their shoulder at you.
Yeah.
And still not picking up the pace.
Yeah.
They're just like, all right, motherfucker, hit me. And it's like, hey, man, we're not enemies here. You're just in the way.
Yep.
Could you just get the fuck across the street?
Yeah.
You're 26 years old, and I can clearly see you just got out of the gym. You can walk a little fast.
Yeah.
You know?
The yoga studio.
The fucking yoga.
There's a yoga studio right. A couple doors down.
Right.
Or everyone going to the fucking movie theater.
The theater's still open too, right?
It's still open.
Yeah.
They went bankrupt, but they're still open.
Yeah, of course, still open. Yeah, because that particular location is gonna make money because it's people live in that area. Mm-hmm. So that's where they're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's a luxury theater, so they're gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell. Fucking Domain.
Apparently their coffee's really shitty.
Of course it is.
Well, yeah.
Of course it is. I should go back, hand them a card, like, remember me, and then throw my card on.
I think they are closing eventually. They're just still open.
Of course they're closing, yeah.
But, yeah.
That's fucking... God. People.
Be thankful that they didn't hire you.
I'm so happy, actually. When I read that place was closing, I was like, thank goodness they actually didn't hire me. Actually, I wouldn't have wanted to work there, too, because I started looking into the reviews of the place from people who are customers and stuff, and it's like... It's definitely like a rich person's theater.
Yeah.
And the employers would want you to basically, they would want me to basically be a bellboy. 1,000%.
Yeah.
And I don't work that way.
Nope.
So, I like that I have a job where if anyone who is suit and tie comes to my boss and tries to tell him what's what about what he's doing, he will actually tell them "fuck you" to their face.
Yeah.
I've heard him on the phone tell people, "Hey, you fucking idiot." And I'm like, yes, he is from Philadelphia.
Yeah, I bet, because you guys supply to a lot of local places, so yeah, we've had some crises at the shop of running really extremely super low on espresso beans, and we need them like right now.
Right.
And yeah, it's been bad.
Yeah,
And it's like, hey, we should have ordered more. What are you doing?
I should fucking slide into the DMs for your bosses and tell them, like, hey, if you guys need some coffee, reliably, because
they're reliable. They are reliable. The roasters are reliable. We are not.
Okay, gotcha.
Is the problem.
Gotcha.
Because we're getting supplies for 2 different locations, and for the truck, and for other events.
They should be ordering big.
Yeah, but like then it's also like it's only good for 10 days. Can't use it 10 days afterwards, so you don't want to get too much. Yeah. But then you start lowballing it. Same with like our milk. We were running out of milk yesterday, and it was bad. And they're probably going to run out today.
Well, shit.
And we don't get delivery until like tomorrow.
I wonder how that's going to go tonight for you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting because it's going to be 3 of us in the trailer. It was rough with 2 of us in the trailer.
I think it's going to be chilly tonight, too.
Yeah.
It's going to be Texas chilly.
It's going to be fine. It gets hot in there with...
No, I'm talking about for your customers who are going to want
to
come and get some goddamn coffee.
Well, that's good because the other event I worked, everyone wanted iced coffee and iced tea and all of that shit. And we're like, hey, we don't have enough ice for this. We had to send our guy out to get ice like a couple times because we did not have enough ice because it was warm that day. It was a lot warmer than we were expecting.
Right. It's so interesting. That shit's so fascinating to me, dude.
Yeah.
Next week, buying a coffee machine.
Next week.
Next week.
You're doing it.
I'm ordering one.
Finally taking the plunge.
I'm gonna get a nice fancy one.
Are you gonna get it through work or you're online?
I'm getting it through online. Yeah. If I'm getting it through work, I'm spending $500 on an industrial ass machine. Because that's
No. Well, I thought you wanted to get the Chemex.
I thought about that, but at the same time, I would like to actually live in a place and have a nicer kitchen and everything before I get a Chemex, so I can.
Also, it'd be nice to be able to set a timer and just
exactly. I would like
have
to
coffee and.
I would like to have that kind of like counter setup.
Yeah.
Like the kind of the like a breakfast counter, and
Yeah.
be able to have the Chemex going there with a nice timer. And
Yeah.
Have a nice little ritual doing that for that. For the meantime, I'll just get a nice, because I can just bring the ground so I'll just get a nice fancy ass machine that has good pressure and good water.
Yeah.
Heating and stuff, and be able to do that at the very least.
Yeah.
Because at that point, we're not going to run out of fucking coffee for a while.
Oh, we're not. I don't think we're ever going to run out of coffee.
I'm going to have so much goddamn coffee.
We need to start having people over for coffee.
You see how much coffee I gave one of the friends here. I gave him a 5-pound bag of double French.
Yeah.
Because we needed to get rid of it.
Should hit up our old sales manager again, see if she wants more coffee.
I should. Yeah, we should. We should do that. Let me know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't pick up a bag last week, but
the only issue is then getting there. It was easy when we could just drive up there.
Yeah, I have to fucking take the bus.
Yeah.
Neither would I want to stop and then hop back on the bus.
I've been very lucky both times. 3 times. 3 times I've showed up. And general manager was not there.
Yeah.
I've been super, super fucking lucky.
That's real good.
Yeah.
It's real good.
Because I don't want to have that conversation with her.
It's or even have. That.
Well, I mean, because everyone still is like jokingly asking, "Oh, when are you coming back?" And I don't want to have that conversation with her. Because she'd be 100% serious.
She'd be real serious about that.
And everyone else is like joking because they know I'm not.
Yeah, yeah.
Though I have recently thought about it just because it's right there and easier to get to.
You need to stop.
Yep, I do.
Think about, oh man, that's a pay cut.
Maybe I'll do the liquor store there.
I'm sure they pay well. I'm sure they pay well at the liquor store.
I don't know if they do.
I feel if actually, I'll talk about. Actually, this is an off-camera.
Okay, yeah.
That I have to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but coffee machine next week.
Yeah.
That's
cool. Looking forward to it.
There's like an $85 one that I saw. That's really nice.
All right. I can eventually give you some money for that as well if you need me to.
I will. There are other things I'll request and pay.
Okay.
That involve the apartment and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my plan.
Cool. Awesome.
I threw out some, like, I had like a bunch of old bags that I keep stuffing in there.
Yeah.
Because it's like I keep bringing some home.
Yep.
And everyone's like, take this fucking coffee, and I'm like, all right, I will, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, you get a free pound a week.
Exactly. And I just put it there, and it's like I haven't been hanging out really with it.
Yeah.
Max doesn't drink coffee.
Yeah.
So it's like Max is the only one I've been hanging out with recently. So it's like I can't give this coffee to anyone else. So fucking, it's either the ground stuff's going to my plants, which is what I've been doing, or I'm gonna have to like dish or put it all. I think I had it all in one bag for like 4 weeks, and then it started it lost like its scent and everything. I don't know. What's up?
I just thought of we could do a shitty pour over without, but it'd be bad. Just buy some filters and heat up the water.
Grab one of the pitchers.
Yeah.
And pour it into there and dry that. Oof.
That'd be bad. I was like, nah, let's not do that.
Yeah. I wanna have a nice fancy ass Chemex. I'll get the one from work. That one's beautiful.
Yeah.
The one from my job's real beautiful. The glass setup and stuff.
Yeah.
The filters are really nice too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Only made pour over a few times. Because it's not actually on our menu.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
We have all the shit. It's not on the menu. It's not listed.
Your job needs to get shit together.
It really does.
It needs to get shit together, dude.
Yep.
Oh, man. All right, let's wrap this up.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching this episode of the podcast. We're going to have this format pretty much from now on, for the most part. Set up like this. Hopefully, I think, still going to be evolving. More lights, better cameras.
Eventually. It'll get better over time.
Over time, yeah. not really much else to say on that. Have a great holiday. I think I'm planning on probably not coming back for the next episode till next year.
Okay.
That way I can edit this, get this out, see if I can have the rest of the entire season on any side on iTunes or something.
Yeah.
I've been trying to fucking find a provider for that. And we'll be back for sure. And then I don't know. Anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's it. Yeah, have a happy holidays, and hopefully you enjoyed our rantings.
Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed these rantings for these few episodes. I feel like this was a decent end to it.
Yeah.
This is the end of the year, pretty much December 1st.
Yep.
At least at the time it's recording, it is December 1st. So, alright guys, we'll see you in the next one. Be safe out there, and be sure to like and subscribe for season 2.
Yeah.
Catch you later.
Bye.